Hello everybody! You guys asked me just a heck ton of questions. So I figured that I would do this in a couple of different parts because my original plan did not work. So my original plan was to do chunks of filming and then edit it all into one big video, but then I filmed the first part of the video and it was like 20 something minutes of content, and I decided, oh, yep, okay, this is too much content to add extra bits to, so I decided to do a couple of different videos. So this is Q&A part 1, woo, I mean part 2, woo. Let's get into it. Okie dokie. Question 12. Favorite thing to do where you live before coronavirus? I also want you guys to know that aside from just reading the questions, typing them into a Word document, I haven't really thought very much about the answers that I'm going to give, so these are going to be like pretty off the cuff responses. So favorite thing to do where you live before coronavirus. Okay, so I'm going to be really honest with you and say I don't do much. I'm a homebody. So I like to sort of chillin' about the house in my jammies and comfy clothes, a stripy t-shirt, a diaper. Hang on, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, just chillin' about the house. Every Tuesday I go to my friend's house and we watch TV together. In terms of going out things, so I really like South Bank. There's a place in my town that has a great big Ferris wheel and it's called South Bank and it has gardens and it's really lovely. Oh, actually maybe going to theme parks would probably be my favorite thing to do. Me and my friend had a pact that we made where we were going to go on every single ride at the 4 or 5 major theme parks that are down the Gold Coast, which are close to where we live. And we came so close, but there was a couple of rides that were always shut every time we went for maintenance and whatnot, so we didn't get to do it last year, and I don't think we're gonna be able to do it this year either because of this whole COVID thing that's happening. But theme parks, watching TV, and go on a South Bank. Question 13. How do you put up with obnoxious assholes? Because that must be jarring. I don't really listen to them is how I would answer that question. I used to get a lot more obnoxious comments than I do now. I had a couple of people who would comment on every single one of my videos and ask me the same questions over and over and over again, and it was really obvious that they were just trying to get me to talk about their specific fetish. So I don't really, I just don't engage. And I know a lot of people might be, you know, a little bit socially awkward, might not know how to talk to other people, and I try to understand that when I'm responding to people. That not everybody is super social, not everybody knows what's appropriate to say to another person, and I try to keep that in mind when I'm writing responses. But I find that it's kind of obvious if a person just has social difficulties like that, because I'm a person like that. I'm really socially awkward. I don't know what's okay to say 99% of the time. I kind of hope that people would keep that in mind when responding to me, so that's why I try to have the same understanding. But yeah, I find it's kind of obvious if people are a bit socially awkward, or if they're just trying to get you to talk about their fetish for wank fodder, or if they're just being obnoxious because they can be obnoxious. So for the people who are just being obnoxious just because they can, I just don't respond to them. And the people that I think might need just a little bit of extra understanding, I try to give that to them. And if the obnoxiousness keeps coming after I've tried to understand them, then I just don't reply anymore. Question 14, opinion on Bluey. Hang on, just 1 second. I really like Bluey. In case that wasn't obvious for a couple of pictures that I've posted in the past. Okay, so Bingo is her name, but I call her Bing Bing. she's gonna stay with me while I do my thing. Yeah, it's excellent. So there's not a lot of Australian media out there that's this popular, and I find it really awesome that that a TV show like this, that's produced in my town and set in my town, it's just so great. I find it amazing that it's been such a runaway hit. Just proud. Very, very, very proud. The animation style, beautiful. All of the characters, they're just such big characters. Like, they're bursting with personality. They're adorable. Good morals, like being about like honesty and love and creativity and adventure and so many things that are just an understanding. So many things that are just really vital for kids to learn about, and I think it's funny enough that adults can enjoy it as well. Love Bluey. 2 thumbs up, and if Bingo could, oh no, she can. Do you watch any anime? Oh, question 15. Do you watch any anime? If so, sub or dub? Okay, so I like anime. I like really cute ones. So my all-time favorite is Rose and Maiden, because I love Hina Ichigo, even though she's a stupid brat, but I love her so much because she's so cute. And I like, what else do I like? I like Sweetness and Lightning. What's it called? Amama to Inazuma? I can't remember exactly how you say lightning in Japanese. Which is a show about a single father. He's a widower, and he's trying to raise his young daughter, and he doesn't really know how to cook properly, so he tries to learn how to cook with a student of his who's also like lonely because her mum isn't at home a lot of the time because she's famous, and it's really cute. Hanamaru Kindergarten is just adorable. I think you should watch it. I prefer subs. I know this is a bit of a contentious opinion, so some animes have a really good dub and other dubs are sort of like pretty jarring. Other dubs are pretty jarring. So if there is a sub, I'll watch it, but I am conscious of the fact that not everybody likes listening to the audio in Japanese and reading what the dialogue says. Not everybody has the ability to do that, so I try to give dubs a chance. But I can't really think of an anime that I prefer the dub of. Generally, I like the subs better. Question 16. Do you wear nappies 24/7? Do you use them fully? I've already answered this one, so I won't go into too much depth. I do not wear 24/7. I wear a lot of the time, but it is not 24/7, and I do use them fully. Question 17. Think you made a video on how to wear in public, but I can't find it. Is it still up? If not, could you help give us some tips for wearing underclothes? Of course I can. So I responded to this comment in text form because, and I linked to the video of how my guide to wearing in public, but I've been thinking about doing an update video of that one. So tips for wearing underclothes. Billowy clothes or clothes that aren't form-fitting are your very best friend. If you are a person who likes to wear skirts, then skirts are really easy. It's really easy to conceal diapers under skirts. It's easier to conceal diapers under skirts than it is for pants. But if you're a person who only wears pants or shorts, then wear a pair of shorts. If you wear, I think denim is a really good material to wear if you're going to be wearing pants. Try to, maybe try wearing a pair of, if you're going to wear jeans, try a size up than what you would usually wear so they're not too tight. Also wearing a long shirt over the top of your pants so they cover the bulk around your, most of the time around your butt, it's not that much of an issue. It's around the front that it starts to look a little bit, sus if you're wearing a nappy under jeans. So if you wear a long shirt that covers at least to crotch level, then that's good as well. Layering, also really useful. So if you wear just like a t-shirt, or you also have like a cardigan over the top of it, and then that will cover your back half. Skirts and dresses, always your best friend. And if you want to conceal sound, then layers again is a good thing. Especially useful if you're wearing in a cold climate. So put on your diaper, then I usually just put on a pair of underpants over the top of that. If it's cold, then I'll then put on a pair of stockings or tights, like thick ones. And then I'll usually put my dress or my jeans over the top of those. But that's only if it's cold enough to get away with wearing tights under a pair of jeans, because it's really, really hot. Basically, the more layers of fabric that you have over the top of the diaper, the less likely it's going to be that you'll be able to hear the crinkle as you walk. Another tip is to wear just thin ones or cloth back ones if you're wearing outside of the house and you're a little bit anxious about maybe people noticing that you're wearing. Question 18. I love to wear diapers too. I like to wear Mega Max. I've never heard of those. I should look it up. Where can I find barnyard diapers? Okay, so if you're in Australia, you can get them from Littles Down Under, and if you use code Darcy5, you get 5% off. If you're not from Australia, I know that I've had a couple of people commenting that the price from Littles Down Under is a little bit prohibitive to have shipped overseas, and yeah, that makes perfect sense, especially when Rears, the company that produces the barnyard diapers, they're based over in the USA, so there would be little point in buying from an Australian-owned business and having them shipped over to America. By all means, buy them from your local stockist and get them shipped over here. Much more cost-effective option. I know that there would also be a whole bunch of resellers in the USA, but I haven't had a really in-depth look on United States-based resellers. Actually, is Rears Canadian? Best bet would just be to look up Rears barnyard diapers, and I think you can buy them directly from the website. Question 19. What do you think the best thing about living in Australia, and what do you miss from visiting other areas like Scotland? Oh, okay. Difficult question. The best thing about living in Australia, I think Australia has a good mix of things. So I have a lot of qualms about the current political climate in the country that I live in, and while it does impact on my life, it's not, it doesn't have such a, you know, a heavy level of impact as there might be in other countries, because I am quite out and proud about my sexuality. I'm quite out and proud about the fact that I'm polyamorous, and I know that I wouldn't be able to be as out about those things if I lived in like certain other countries. But that's pretty bleak. Like, the fact that I'm not being murdered for being gay is not the best thing about the country. Maybe because there's so much variety in things that you can do here, and in seasons, and in climates, and in fashion, and jobs, and education, and things. Yeah, maybe the best thing is that I can be who I want to be. I know that's probably a really boring answer, but it's true. What do I miss from visiting other areas like Scotland? Okay, so the best thing about Scotland, this is gonna sound really weird because I've gone from I'm free to be who I want to be in this country, and then in Scotland I talk about all of the soft drinks that you can buy. But I didn't really spend very long over there. I was only over there for about a month. All of the, like, you would go to like Hungry Jack's or Burger King, they call it over there, or they call it all over the world. It's only Australia that call it Hungry Jack. You can get the machine where you press I want a Coke, but I also want to put grape flavor in my Coke. Mind-blowing. Also, all of the architecture is old and it's beautiful. Also, there's just so much history. It's gorgeous. Also, the beautiful accents. Also, they have bunnies there. They don't have them in Queensland, the state that I live in. They have gerbils and hamsters, and adorable. And all my daddy's family's over there, and they are all beautiful people. That's a really good thing about Scotland. I also miss the cold. I don't deal with the heat well at all. The fact that I need to wear a jumper when I go outside or I'll freeze to death is excellent. Oh, okay, question 20 is a big one. I totally hear you on the board thing. If I had any question to ask, it would be this, starting with the assumption that you're wearing pretty well much 24/7. Are there occasions when you really just don't feel like being padded? Times where you don't want to for whatever reason, so you take advantage of the opportunity and deal with having to use the bathroom instead. Okay, so I wouldn't say that I'm wearing pretty well much 24/7. I would say that when I wasn't at work, I was wearing. So that's like maybe 9 or 10 hours out of the day that I'm not wearing. So I wouldn't really feel right about saying that I was wearing pretty much 24/7 because it was just in my off hours. So I would wear in the evenings and overnight, and then I would get changed out of one, and then I would just hope for the best when going to work, and then I would wear it over the weekends. But like I answered earlier, I only really wear diapers for pooping purposes if it's an accident. If I genuinely feel like I do have to do a number 2, then I will take it off and then I'll go to the toilet and do it there. Times where I don't want to wear, yeah, absolutely. So usually it's for practical reasons. So things like I have a bit of chafing from when the plastic's been rubbing on me, or things where I'm like, I don't want to be a baby, I'm a grown-up, and I just don't feel like wearing, or if the outfit that I'm wearing is a bit saucy, then I usually prefer to wear just diapers with cute outfits or cuter outfits. I've been a partly closeted ABDL since a teen, and so I love trying to cub out when I can, but in my more recent years I've started experiencing IC issues due to a lifetime of nocturia. Because of this, I guess it only makes me curious to ask the question to those who have padded 24/7, as personally I feel like I've gotten burnt out over the years. I don't know. Yeah, I can definitely empathize with the burnout. It's an expensive hobby or fetish or pastime or whatever you want to call it. They do add up. It's like $30-40 for a packet of nappies in Australia, so it does get quite expensive. If you're changing like maybe 3 times a day, then a packet might only last you for about 4 days, which does add up. $30 for 4 days of a week. It's quite expensive. And also I feel like it's really easy to get saturated with to feel oversaturated with indulging in a kink or a fetish or a pastime like this. So it makes sense that you'd want to have a break sometimes, but that's not a bad thing. I think it's perfectly fair to want to have a break from the things that you enjoy, recoup, and then go back to it when you're feeling ready. Question 21. Given you live in the relaxed and free country of Australia, what's your view on wearing nappies in public, like on beaches, parks, etc.? Okay. So I have strong opinions about this. So parks, totally fine. Beaches, whole other kettle of fish. So my opinion on this is, if it is a fetish for you, you have no business exposing other people to that fetish without their consent. So it's fair if you're going to a park and you're just wearing under your clothes, or if you're going to, and this is just my opinion also, so if you're just wearing under your clothes, so if you go out and you go shopping and you've got a concealed diaper underneath your clothes, fine, go for gold, man. You're not hurting anybody. But when you start to think of, I'm gonna wear a diaper to the beach, that's sort of skirting the line. Not sort of skirting the line, in my opinion that is skirting the line. If diapers are a part of your life, I feel like it's more acceptable to wear a diaper to the beach. That's why they make swim diapers. That's why they make those products. So people who do struggle with incontinence issues can still go swimming and can still enjoy themselves and have a fun time. But if you're just wearing a diaper in public because, excuse the terminology, because it makes your doodle hard, or if it does whatever to your genitals, then that's not really an okay thing to do. You're putting your own arousal above other people's comfort, and I don't think that's a fair thing. So that's my opinion on that. Basically, curve it up, fine. If you're wearing out in the open and there's people around, that's a whole other thing as well. Like if you go to a place and it's completely deserted, there's nobody around to see, I think that's fine as well. Because there's nobody around to see it, you're not hurting anybody, and if you're keeping a lookout to see if there is anybody there, and then covering up when you do see somebody, I feel like that's fine. Not super fine to do if you're, say, on a crowded beach. There was somebody made a post about, it was like 5 years ago or something, and it was a picture of them it was a nude beach, but they were just wearing a diaper. And there was a picture of them wearing a diaper on a nude beach that they posted, and there was kids in the background of that. And that makes me deeply, deeply uncomfortable. So I would never do something like that. And I don't really understand why you would want to wear an object, if it's a fetish object for you, in proximity of actual children. Question 22. My question is, do you wear nappies 24/7 and do you use them fully? No, I don't. And yes, I do. Question 23. Oh, for someone who is, oh, this is nice. For someone who is so adorable, but also very much a beautiful woman. I'll come back to that later. I just want to say I enjoy your channel and I'm glad you're doing more content. I would like to know if you plan on doing another diaper fashion videos similar to when you tried on the suit and shorts, jeans and leggings. Maybe with different diapers paired with your favorite clothing for both adulting and being the cutest baby you are. Aww, thank you. Point 1, yes, I will 1000% do another video that's like that, because that was fun making that video. I would like to make another one. Second, I'm not a woman. I am genderqueer or gender fluid or non-binary, what have you. I like the term genderqueer more. I feel like it fits with me. I have a complicated relationship with gender. Yeah, I'm not a woman. I don't identify as a woman or a girl. So you can use, if I'm, the general rule that I use it is if I'm presenting female, if I look female, today I'm feeling more femme, then you're perfectly fine to use like she, her pronouns. If I look more androgynous, use they, them. And on days when I'm feeling more masculine, I really like having masculine pronouns. But the main thing that I ask of people is, instead of using terms like woman, can you just use person? Because I identify much more with being a person than I do with being a woman. But yeah, I will do that video. Question 24, how are you doing? Do you do anything kinky with diapers? Okay, yes, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Do I do anything kinky with diapers? I've worn them as part of scenes before, like if I'm going to a kink event and I want to do other stuff, but the scene is going to take a long time, so I will usually wear like a plain colored diaper. Like say if I'm going to be tied up and I have to be tied up for a long time and I'm worried about needing to use the bathroom, if I'm going to be doing needle play and it's going to be an extended scene, if I'm going to be doing like a beating on somewhere that isn't my butt, then yeah, I'll wear a diaper. But they're not really, and every now and again I will do like saucy kind of stuff with nappies, but they're really just like a means to an end for me. Like I like wearing diapers because of the comfort I get out of them. I don't really get aroused just by diapers themselves. In terms of kink, I'll just use them if I need to be doing something else and I don't have time to get up and go pee in the middle of it.